You mentioned Kevin O'Leary. He's with us now on the telephone. And, sir, good day to you. You have made no secret of your quest. What's the price tag? How far have you gotten? Kevin.
Yep, sorry. Okay, so what we have here is the clock ticking. And what I think a lot of people don't understand about this situation, which is a derivative of the order, but this is where it gets complex. As of midnight on the 19th, any service provider, that could be an Apple, that could be an Oracle, it could be a video compression technology company that's being paid as a consulting service, any of them that keep this thing alive is subject to $5,000 a day fine times 170 million. That's over $1 billion a day. Now, if you're the counsel for any of these companies right now in the last 15 minutes, you're advising your executive and the board that the risk inherent here is the first $1.7 billion of fines is going to be implemented, maybe or maybe not, until the executive order, which is untested. We don't know if an executive order can override a law from Congress. There's a case in 1937 that was used successfully, but you don't know. So as of right now, unless the company enters into an agreement to be purchased by an American syndicate, and Biden, who's the executive right now, waives for 90 days, this thing goes dark at midnight, because who's going to take on $1.7 billion risk at midnight? Who's going to do that? What counsel would advise? This is the most interesting, complicated, crazy situation I've ever been involved in. I'm really excited about it.
So it's been said that the CCP out of Beijing could control the algorithm, which would do a lot of negative things here in the U.S. and influence a lot of people in ways that, frankly, we don't want to happen. This past week, some others have argued that the CCP could get access to your passwords. Is that true?
Nobody knows the extent of which the algorithm provides data. It's been highly speculated, but, you know, there's a reason that Congress put this order in front of the Supreme Court. There's a reason they ruled in favor of it. It's not worth taking the risk. And so the obvious solution is to sell it to an American syndicate as per the order, and then decide whether you're going to rewrite the algorithm completely or fork the code, as it's called in the software industry, which I don't think many of the subcommittees are going to allow.
Okay, all right.
We just don't know.
Okay, so I hear all your hesitation. One last question. Thanks for jumping on the phone. Kevin, what is the price tag to get the deal done?
Right now, $20 billion's on the table. Cash, $20 billion.
Will that do it?
Well, I don't know. We're, 10 minutes old. I like to say.
Breaking up on the phone.
Okay.
We heard the important thing. That was $20 billion. Kevin, thank you. Charge your phone. We'll bring you back.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.